like you mentioned earlier before this podcast, like the things keep coming.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to stop. It's inevitable. Like embrace it. If you're watching and you're really, into wanting to be an entrepreneur and go out on your own, I would say, don't quit your job right away. Keep that job. Yeah. And then all of your extra hours, figure out what you want to do. And when you find it, learn it. Put those 3-4 hours instead of watching Netflix or going on the computer, video game, whatever you're doing. Put it into that entrepreneurial vision.
Or educate yourself. Invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Like it's okay to from time to time you want to decompress and play a little video games or do whatever it is. But at the same time, your best asset is yourself. Yeah. So you need to listen to podcasts or listen to books or
that's it. Because it is important to retreat, but like every 7 days, know what I mean? It's not like for all the time.
Hours maybe,
Dude, you're exactly right. Like what you were talking about is like invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Don't just drop
take
everything.
yourself seriously. Once I started taking myself seriously, it was like it was way better.
Yeah. And
no one tells you that.
And bringing it back, you got to say no to more things. If you're doing like Anthony's route, which is in his scenario worked best, is before he quit all 4 or 5 other jobs and was a full-time real estate investor. He did the real estate investing slowly got into that, but had the other jobs. But in order to have the time to grow off and be an entrepreneur, he had to say no to things. He had to say no to the parties on the weekends.
A lot of softball, said no to fishing.
Yeah, dude.
You got to sacrifice a little in the beginning.
I couldn't do it.
Right.
Couldn't do it all.
Well, I would say you constantly need to sacrifice too.
Yeah.
But it just looks differently.
Different
It just looks
sacrifices,
different.
Exactly.
But you may have to do it more in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Most likely.
Definitely.
And another thing to talk about the beginning, you're on your own. You're the person saving the numbers. You're the person making the spreadsheets. You're the person writing everybody back.
Making calls.
You're the person calling somebody to call somebody else to remind them to do something. Like you're the person that has to show up and learn it all. You have to know, like, and it's not something that, like, we talk about mentors, like that should be your first, like, don't think to hire somebody, think to get a coach. Say like, that's your first hire, is your mentor, is the person. Or, if you invest in yourself in a club, like there's real estate investing clubs, join that. Don't think, okay, let me hire somebody. No, like educate yourself. Get the mentor, spend the extra hours learning that, honing that craft.
I want to add that because in order for you to bring somebody in, you need to have the systems and processes in place so they can perform properly.
So they can be empowered.
Yes.
Wow.
If you don't have that, then what? Like, how are they gonna perform?
It's not gonna work.
You figure it out.
They're gonna look at you like, hey, what should I do today?
We're in the garden. It's existential.